The 36th District Court is now in session with the Honorable Tenisha Yancey presiding. While court is in session, there will be no talking, sleeping, lying down, driving, wearing of any head garments unless it's for religious purposes only. No chewing of any gum or eating or reading of any material. When a judge asks you to turn on your camera, you must be properly dressed. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, and good morning to all of you on Zoom. Parties ready to proceed on Barrow?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Now calling the people versus Samira Ibrahim Barrow, ticket number SP 141-21121. One count of no insurance misdemeanor. Ticket number SP 141-19461. One count of improper left turn, prohibited left turn, and ticket number SP 141-19462. One count of expired plates. Please state your appearance for the record. Starting with you.
Thank you. Lawrence LSL 71355 with and on behalf of Miss Samira Barrow, who is appearing by video as well.
Please turn your camera on, Ms. Barrow. Please state your name for the record.
Samira Barrow.
Today is the date and time set for a pretrial. Counselor, how would you like to proceed?
Your Honor, I've had an opportunity to meet with the prosecutor, and my client will avail herself of the plea to responsible to one count of blockading. And they would dismiss the other two counts. So in essence, the prohibited turn would be amended to blockading. And the no insurance and the no or expired plate would be dismissed.
Is that your understanding, Ms. Barrow?
Yes.
And you do wish to avail yourself of the offer of blockading. Your attorney advised you of all your rights, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So the court will accept the recommendation and enter a plea of responsible to blockading, dismissing expired plates on ticket number ending in 11946. Also dismissing without prejudice ticket number ending in 2112. For the blockading, it's going to be $175 fee. Will you be able to pay that within the next 2 weeks?
Yes.
That will be due on May 4th. If
Okay.
you don't pay it by May 4th, counselor, either you or your client needs to appear back on the Zoom at 8:30 that morning.
Okay, we'll get it handled. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. You're free to go. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day. Thank you.
You too. Thank you.
Mr. Bowling, can you please put your device on mute for me, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
You know when his
Ms. Banks,
Yes,
if you don't mind, do you want to reach out to your attorney to see where he went? Because your
Yes,
case would have.
yes, I just texted him. He said that he was in another courtroom. He will be here within 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay, well, you're gonna have to hang tight for us. We're gonna move on, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Ms. Banks, when he, well, we'll be watching, but when he arrives, will you put your hand up? Do you know how to do that?
Yes.
Okay, so that'll give us a little bit of a trigger to know that we can take your case next.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Ms. Sandra, just make sure your background is quiet for us, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. No, not you, ma'am. I'm sorry. You can give us a call back because we're currently in the record. So I can't. I'm sorry. I'll help you out. Just keep you coming back another hour. I'm not gonna forget.
So we're waiting for the House Counsel to come back into the courtroom. In the meantime, Is Ms. Bowling here? Ms. Bowling, will you turn your camera on?
Mr.
Oh, Mr., I'm sorry. Can you pronounce your name, your first name for me, please?
Dorier Bowling.
I'm going to call this matter. Are you aware that this case is gonna be dismissed? I'm sorry?
Yes.
And you've had a conversation with House Counsel in the breakout room?
Yes.
Okay. Now calling the people versus Dory A. Bowling, ticket number 746-496, one count of records driving. Please state your name for the record, sir.
Dorier Bowling.
Today is the date and time set for a trial, and the court acknowledges that Officer Gonzalez has not checked in either. One moment. Please. So I'd like to make a correction. The Officer Gonzalez did in fact check in, however, he does not have any recall of this incident. Mr. Bowling, I will urge you, however, reckless driving really does scare me. I don't know if it's because I'm, but it is just when I'm on the highway and on the freeway and on the streets, when people are moving in and out of traffic and you're driving your kids and your grandchildren. So I just want you to be extremely mindful. It's one thing to go over the speed limit. It's a total different thing to be in the category of reckless driving. And
Yes.
so if you value your life even, I am urging you to be very cautious of that. A car is almost, can do worse damage than a gun in most cases. And although I'm really reluctant to dismiss reckless driving, this one will be dismissed without prejudice due to no recall of the officer. You are free to go, sir.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.
Now calling the people versus Martella Yulinda Bibbs, ticket number SP 137-9364. Count one improper place. Please state your name, turn your camera on and state your name for the record.
Martella Bibbs.
Today is the date and time set for trial. This trial was set for 9 o'clock a.m. It is now 10:28 a.m. An officer has not checked in on this case, either virtually or in person. Therefore, your matter will be dismissed. Make sure that when you are driving, Ms. Bibbs, that you do have proper plates and registration and insurance in the vehicle at all times.
Okay.
Your case is dismissed. You are free to go. Again, we're just waiting for House Counsel. I know that you guys are just sitting there waiting and looking at me like, why am I not doing anything? But I cannot proceed without your attorneys being present.
Okay.
Mr. Bell, can you turn your camera on?
Mr. Bell, Ricky Bell, can you unmute and turn your camera on for us, sir?
And then take your phone off mute. Who's your attorney? Good morning, first of all. You took it off and then you put it back on. Take it back off.
Unmute, Mr. Ricky, Mr. Bell.
My audio is not.
Something wrong with his audio.
You want to call the courtroom?
Hello?
Try it now. Who's your attorney? Stop, don't hit nothing. When I start talking to you, don't click anything else. Click it again and don't touch it. Stop touching it. Who's your attorney? Ricky. Who's your attorney? Oh, you can't hear me. You can't hear me?
I can't hear you.
Okay, all right.
We can hear you.
said it on the record last time. And you guys had no.
I cannot hear you.
Rashard, can you
I
put
made-
your,
I
put
made
your
sure
phone
that
on
I
mute?
told- I- You didn't
Thank
have
you.
an objection because you had already reached an agreement. Good morning.
Yes, I cannot hear the court. I cannot hear you.
We.
Not a problem, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Soroki.
Good morning, Judge.
Ready
We
to
are-
proceed?
Ready on everyone.
All right. And no one left in the breakout room?
No,
Is it okay for us to close them, Mr. Soroki?
yes, Your Honor.
And is court still open for the attorney to be with you, Judge?
Yes. Two attorneys, pretty much. We have two attorneys.
I'm gonna start out with Donald Burton. Mr. Burton, are you driving right now? Do you need to pull over?
No, Your Honor, I'm actually in the passenger seat. My partner is, he's in the customer home, so I'm fine.
Okay.
Now calling the people versus Donald Picard Burton, ticket number SP 1375754. Count one, 16 to 20 miles over the posted speed. Count two, no registration. Ticket number. No, and count three, I apologize. Count three is no insurance misdemeanor. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Ellen Soroki, P 37441, appearing on behalf of the defendant. What's your name for the record, sir? Mr. Burton, please state your name.
Donald Burton.
Okay.
Donald
Your
Burton.
Honor, defendant wishes to accept the offer of the prosecution's matter. He'll be pleading to limited access 1 to 5 on the speeding 16 to 20 mile and over ticket. The remaining 2 tickets will be dismissed.
Is it because he actually has registration and proof of insurance now?
I didn't check that, Your Honor, but he has a certificate of completion of driver's improvement.
Okay, I do vaguely recall this case. So the court is going, Mr. Burton, you understood your rights when Mr. Soroki explained those to you, and you wish to avail yourself of the 1 to 5 limited access offer?
Yes.
The court is going to enter a plea of responsible to an amended charge to the amended to 1 to 5 limited, 1 to 5 miles over the posted speed limited access. And we will dismiss the other 2 counts without prejudice. It's a 0-point offense and $125 fine. Mr. Burton, when will you be able to pay the $125? Can you pay that within the next 14 days?
I get paid. I'll be able to pay it within the next 20 days, if that's acceptable.
So it's gonna go, it's acceptable for me for you to pay it within the next 20 days, but you're gonna pay more. The longer you wait, the more it's gonna cost. It increases after 14 days.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Turn your camera off. Turn your camera off.
I'll try to get it within 14 days, Your Honor.
Try that one more time.
14 days, Your Honor.
14 days?
I'll get it in the next 14 days, Your Honor.
Okay, it's due on
Yes.
May 4th, 2023. If you don't pay it by May 4th, then you need to appear back on this Zoom at 8:30 that morning.
Okay.
You have a good day. You're free to go.
Thank you.
Ms. Bates. You don't got to keep calling. We see your word.
Hi, babe.
Mr. Clayton, Attorney Clayton?
Yes,
Do
good
you
morning.
still have-
Sorry.
Good morning. Do you have your original offer for Mr. Bale?
I do. I'm pulling it up right now.
Can you tell me what it is as soon as you have it?
Yes.
Can anyone hear me? Oh, I can't hear you.
The offer was if he, can you hear me, Judge?
I can hear you. I can also hear your client. Mr. Bell, make sure you have your phone on mute.
So the offer was if he was to take the driver improvement course, they would amend to allowing, which he has completed the driver improvement course. I do have that certificate.
Okay, so he logged off just so that he can have a better connection because we could not hear him. He's gonna log
Okay.
back in as he does. We'll be ready to proceed. Mr. Murray, Attorney Murray, are you ready to proceed on Ms. Banks?
I'm ready, Your Honor.
Ms. Banks, you can turn your camera on, ma'am. One moment, Mr. Murphy, while I figure out these tickets for Ms. Banks. Just want to make sure I have everything.
Yeah, sorry, we couldn't get it done. May 11th in person.
No problem.
You put these in order? Mm-hmm, you did. Did you forget?
Now calling the people versus Latrice Banks, Latrice Pamela Maria Banks, ticket number P 317190. Count one, allowing an unlicensed driver to drive. Count two, no insurance misdemeanor. Ticket number P 577694. Count one, no insurance misdemeanor. Count two, failure to display a valid operator's license not on person. Ticket number P 716598. One count of dog while license not valid or improper license. Ticket number X 2959349. Count two, motor vehicle operation without security. Ticket number 365846. Count one, driver's license, driving while license suspended. Count two, no insurance. Count three, no registration. Please, unregistered, untitled vehicle. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Murray, PA 5490, appearing on behalf of the defendant. Ms. Banks was present via Zoom. Ms. Banks, please state your name for the record.
Yes, Latrice Banks.
Today is the date and time set for an arraignment on the bench warrant. Mr. Murray, how would you like to proceed?
At this point, we would like to enter guilty pleas on, we'll waive a formal reading, and we're going to enter a guilty plea on the ticket number ending in 01 to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive, dismissing ticket number ending in 02 for no insurance, ticket numbers ending in 41, we're going to plead down to expired tags, expired plates, excuse me, and we'll be dismissing no insurance. Ticket number ending in 42942. We're also going to plead that down from no operators, licensed on persons to expired tags.
I'm sorry, that one is what, that one that you're on right now is ticket number what?
Ending in 942.
One moment, please. Okay, that one is gonna be, what is it gonna plead to?
Expired plates, civil infractions.
No, these
So
can't,
that's count one is no insurance misdemeanor.
you can't take these out. So. You can't.
So we're gonna be dismissing the misdemeanors, and then we're gonna plead down the civil infractions to two expired plates. So that would be,
We're not able to do that. Is that what Attorney Goss gave you?
yes,
To take a misdemeanor from a misdemeanor to a civil infraction?
to be perfectly, we can dismiss. So we have a number of infractions here. The misdemeanors will
One
pretty
moment,
much
Mr.
be.
Murray. Mr. Murray, can you hear me? 1 second.
I can hear you.
Do you have the plea agreement from Mr. Goss? Do you have that in an email or in an email? Did he email it to you?
I'm in here.
I can get the plea agreement.
What do you mean you're in here? Okay. 1 moment, please.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
May it please the Honorable Court, Dante Goss, PC 0162, on behalf of the people. Your Honor, my offer for Ms. Banks was allowing the unlicensed driver to drive and 2 improper plates and dismissing the other matters.
Improper plate.
Yes,
2
Your-
improper plate?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
And what was the ticket numbers for the 2 improper plates?
The last 4 is 1902 and 6941.
Okay, and 6941. Got it. Okay. Okay, I have an understanding now. Mr. Murray, you will be your client, and I don't know if you explained this properly to her. It wouldn't be expired plates, it would be improper plates, which is another misdemeanor. Is she still willing to accept the plea?
That I can break it, go into a breakout room. I explained that wouldn't be abstracting, but let's go. I want to go into a breakout room with my client just to go over the difference between a misdemeanor and a civil infraction.
Okay, thank you, sir. And then.
I would go fine because I got to just talk to Clayton.
Are we ready to proceed on bail?
Hold on, because when I reopened the breakout rooms, it put Mr. Banks back. Attorney Soroki back in the breakout room.
But are we ready to proceed? Did Ricky Bell check back here? Are we ready to proceed on Ricky Bell?
Oh my God, my computer went.
I'm ready, Your Honor.
Okay. Now calling the people versus Ricky Gerald Bell, ticket number P1367629. Count 1, careless driving. Count 2, driving with revoked license. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Good morning, Your Honor. Spencer Clayton appearing on behalf of Mr. Bell, P number 77302. Mr. Bell, can you state your name for the record, please, sir?
Unmute.
Are you guys talking to me?
No, Ricky Bell, sir, put your phone back on mute for us. Thank you.
Are you talking to us? You may have to call the courtroom again. Unmute your phone.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, yes, we can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Okay, Ricky. Yes,
Thank you.
Judge
State your
Nancy,
name.
I can hear you. Yes, Judge Nancy, I can hear you now. Ricky Bell. Ricky Gerald
Okay.
Bell.
Today is the date and time set for a pretrial. I believe I stated on the record the last time that I do in fact know the defendant, Ricky Bell. There were no objections from, I have already told Mr. Goss, the prosecutor, that I do know Mr. Bell. And there are no objections from Mr. Goss. And I'm I'm assuming that you have no objections either, Mr. Clayton.
That's correct, Your Honor. No objection.
All right. Today is the date and time again set for pretrial. How would you like to proceed?
Your Honor, the last time we were here, the people offered to amend the original charge of driving with a revoked license to an allowing, so long as my client completed a driver improvement course. He did complete that driver improvement course April 2nd, provided proof to me on April 4th. I do have that certificate, and the other careless would be dismissed at that time. Our goal is to try and get Mr. Bell to be a licensed driver again. So that's where we're at today.
Okay, absolutely. So, Mr. Bell, you had an opportunity to talk to your attorney and he advised you of your rights?
Yes, he did.
And did you understand your rights?
Yes, I did. Yes, I
Did
did,
anyone
Judge.
threaten you? Did
No,
anyone
Judge.
threaten-
No, Judge Nancy.
You have to let me finish my sentence.
Okay.
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for your guilty plea today?
No, they didn't.
Are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes.
And you're pleading guilty because you actually are guilty?
Yes.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give today will be the truth and the entire truth?
Yes.
You can put your hand down, turning your attention to July 18, 2022. Were you in the area of East Warren and John R. in the city of Detroit?
Yes. By my house.
And did you actually own the 2011 red Cadillac?
It's my mother. It's my yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay, let me go about it a different way. Counselor, just for factual basis, I'm going to have him plead, I'm gonna make the factual basis drive it with the driving on the revoked license, but I'm still going to plea it down to the allowing. Is that okay?
Understand, Judge, that's
All
fine.
right. So were you driving in the area of East Warren and John R. in the city of Detroit, Mr. Bell?
Yes, Judge.
And did
Yes,
you come in
ma'am.
contact with the Detroit Police Department on that day, sir?
Yes, I did.
And when asked to produce a valid driver's license, were you able to do so?
No, I wasn't.
Satisfied, Counselor?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
The court is also satisfied and will you stipulate to probable cause for the dismissal?
So stipulated.
The court will enter a guilty plea for allowing an unlicensed driver to drive for count 2 on ticket number ending in 629. Count 1 will be dismissed without prejudice. For the allowing an unlicensed driver to drive, Mr. Bell, the amount will be $200. Are you able to afford to pay that within the next 2 weeks?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Okay. It's gonna be due on May 4th. If you're unable to pay it by May 4th, then you need to appear back here on this Zoom on
Okay,
that morning at 8:30.
Okay, I will have it paid, Judge Nancy. I have it paid.
Thank you. You have a good day, sir.
Okay, you too.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sorry I was late.
Oh, no worries. Thank you for appearing.
Thank
You're
you,
free to
Judge
go.
Nancy.
You're both free to go. You're welcome. Have a good day.
Okay.
Joshua Cochran, James. Okay. Mhm. Are you
Mr. Murray, keep in mind that you're on Zoom. Make sure that you're pressing mute. We just muted you, but press mute before you start to talk in person.
sorry, Your Honor?
I'm ready to proceed. Wait, are you ready to proceed? I guess, Banks,
Yes.
Murray.
Ready, Your Honor.
I am recalling the people versus Latrice Pamela Marie Banks, lead ticket number PSP 3171901, allowing an unlicensed driver to drive. There are 8 additional cases that I did call on the record previously. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Murray, PA 5490, appearing on behalf of the defendant who's present via Zoom. Please state your name for the record.
Latrice Banks.
Okay, so we were on the record, today is the date and time set for an arraignment on the bench warrant. We heard from the prosecutor that the offer is going to be to allow Ms. Banks to plead to the allowing the unlicensed driver to drive as charged, dismissing, and also pleading to improper place on the same ticket. She will also plead to improper place on ticket number ending in 694, count 1, and the rest of her matters will be dismissed without prejudice. Is that everyone's understanding?
Yes.
That is correct, Your Honor, and my apologies. While both expired and improper are under the same case code, there are different offenses. So we agreed to improper plates, not expired plates.
Thank you, Ms. Murray. And Ms. Banks, you had an opportunity to talk to Attorney Murray and he advised you of your rights?
Yes.
Did you understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for your guilty plea today?
No.
Are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes.
Are you pleading guilty because you actually are guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give today will be the truth and the entire truth?
Yes.
You can put your hand down, turning your attention to December 5th, 2014. Did you own a 2007 Chevy?
Chevy, yes.
Great.
Yes,
A
I
Chevrolet?
did. Yes,
Okay.
yes,
And on that day, did you allow someone to drive your vehicle, ma'am?
correct.
And was that person a licensed driver?
Yes.
No.
They had a license?
You said,
They,
I'm sorry.
Did that
I
person have a
misunderstood.
driver's license?
You said they didn't have a driver's license? No.
Okay. And did you have valid insurance on the vehicle on that day, ma'am?
No.
Satisfied, counselor?
satisfied, Your Honor.
The court is also satisfied and will enter a guilty plea for improper plates we will enter a guilty plea for allowing unlicensed driver to drive, which is count 1 of ticket number ending in 7190. Count 2, we will enter a guilty plea for the amended charge of improper plates. I am going to assess a fee of $190 for each of those, Ms. Banks.
Yes.
Because there's gonna be an additional fee for the next one. You're still under oath on, I'm gonna turn your attention to March 11, 2016. Were you driving a 2005 white Dodge?
Yes, yes, I remember.
Were you driving in the area of East 7 Mile and Conant in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
Did you come in contact with Detroit Police Department on that day?
Yes, ma'am.
And was there proper insurance? Were you able to provide the police with proper insurance certificate or current certificate of insurance on that day?
It was expired.
It was expired. Satisfied, counselor?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
The court is also satisfied. Do you stipulate to the probable cause on the dismissal, sir?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay. The court will enter a guilty plea for improper place on ticket number ending in 7694, count 1. Count 2 will be dismissed without prejudice, and the remainder of the tickets in this case will be dismissed without prejudice as well. There will be an additional $190 fee for this case. Ms. Banks, are you working currently?
Not at the moment.
You're not working at all?
No.
So the total amount of fees, and statutorily, I went as low as I could possibly go, considering the fact that you have 3, but it's still going to amount to, I believe, $570.
Yes. Can I pay that next Wednesday?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm sorry,
So
I got a little help, so.
I think 30 days to be safe if possible, Your Honor.
I can do it. It's not a problem.
I'll give you 30 days. I'll give you 30 days.
Thank you.
Go into community service and all those other options, but listen, if you got
I'm trying to get a job to get my license back.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you 30 days. If you have, you can pay it sooner if if you can and you want to, so that you can go ahead and get your license back. But for my purposes, I'm gonna set this matter for review on May 18th at 8:30. If you haven't gotten it paid by then, you do need to appear. If you have paid it, you don't need to appear.
Okay,
Okay,
and,
so as long as you had it paid, you don't need to come back. But May 18th at 8:30 if you don't.
okay, and how much was it again?
It's a total of 570, so it's 190 on each charge.
570.
Each one that you plan to is 190.
Okay, and do I come up there and pay it?
You could, or you could pay online at 36districtcourt.org. There's also a list of kiosks in the neighborhood. They're called DivDat machines. If you look on 36th District's website, there's a list of those that may be closer to you that you can just go to and pay it on the DivDat.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you are free to go, ma'am. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Honor. Thank you, Attorney Goss. Hope the court has a wonderful day.
You too, thank you. Mr. Soroki, I believe we're back to you. Files back in your court. We are ready to proceed on Lakeisha Broaden.
Ready, Your Honor.
Broaden, please turn your camera on.
My laptop doesn't have a camera. I was on my phone, but every time I get a call, it was kicking me out.
Okay.
She like.
Give me one moment, ma'am.
I did it. That's how I was asking for Jamie told me we had to do it. Schedule. From the notes that you I just did the same thing.
Now calling the people versus Lakeisha Broaden, ticket number PSP 139-16171. One count of no insurance misdemeanor. Ticket number SP 138-99491. One count of 11 to 15 miles over the coastal speed. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Yes, Alan Soroki, P374441, appearing on behalf of the defendant. What's your name for the record, ma'am?
Lakeisha Broaden.
Yes, Your Honor. Defendant wishes to accept the offer of the prosecution on the failure to disclose CCW. That charge will be amended to MCL 28.425F, paragraph 2, which has a $100 fine. I'm sorry.
You have to slow down. I didn't get the entire statute.
Okay. The plea and the failure to disclose CCW, that's being reduced to MCL 28.425F, section 2.
And what is that charge?
It's a similar, it's within the same statute. It's a failure to disclose CCW. And it provides for $100 fine and no effect on their CPL.
Okay.
And the remaining 2 tickets will be dismissed.
And for the record, I'd like to add that there is account 2 to ticket number P13899949. Count 2 would be failure to immediately disclose to an officer that he or she is carrying a weapon. It sounds like she's pleading to the same exact charge. 28.425.
Well,
I see. So subsection 2 is what she's pleading to. She was charged with subsection 3. Is that correct?
No, she's pleading to subsection 2.
Okay, and count 1 is gonna be dismissed. The 11 to 15 over is gonna be dismissed as well as the insurance.
Yes.
And Miss Brantley, I'm sorry, Miss Broaden, you had an opportunity to talk to your counselor and he explained your right?
Yes.
Did you understand your rights? Did you understand your rights?
Yes, I did.
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for your guilty plea today?
No.
Are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes.
Are you pleading guilty because you actually are guilty?
Yes.
Will you raise your right hand and repeat after me?
I'm ready.
You can either promise or you can either swear or affirm. It's up to you, whatever your religious beliefs will allow you to do, but I swear or affirm
I swear or affirm
that the testimony I give today
that the testimony I give today
will be the truth and the entire truth.
will be the truth and the entire truth.
You can put your hand down, turning your attention to September 26, 2022. Were you driving a 2012 black Dodge?
Yes.
Were you in the area of Van Dyke and East Ida Drive in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And were you stopped by the Detroit Police Department on that day, ma'am?
Yes.
Did you immediately disclose to the officer that you were carrying a weapon on that day?
No.
Satisfied, counselor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Stipulates probable cause on dismissal?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, the court is also satisfied and will enter a plea of guilty to the amended charge of failure to disclose. That subsection 2 is the amended plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
Dismissing 1 without prejudice, also dismissing ticket number ending in 1617. We'll dismiss that without prejudice as well. Pursuant to the statute, there's a statutory fee, ma'am, of $100 in this matter. Oh, I'm sorry, it's $130. It's $130. Thank you, Ms. Bird.
Okay.
Ma'am, are you able to pay the $130 within the next 14 days?
Yes.
Okay, so it's gonna be due on May 4th. If you don't pay it by May 4th, then you need to appear back on this Zoom at 8:30 that morning.
Okay.
You have a good day, you're free to go.
Thank you, you too.
You're welcome, have, good luck. I'm just gonna put amended in section 2. Say you already got it.
It's still good that you're right, but sometimes I don't catch them all.
Ready on DeAndre Orlando Brown, please turn your camera on if it's not already on. Wait, do we have a DeAndre Brown?
No, he left.
He left?
Unless he let him go.
Mr. Soroki, did you allow him to leave or did you give him a new date?
Excuse me, which name?
DeAndre Brown.
Okay, yes, I gave him a trial date, Your Honor.
Okay.
I gave Chris Berry a trial date and Braylon Banks a trial date also.
Oh, I'm sorry, say those names again.
Okay, Chris Berry, and Braylon Banks and DeAndre Brown.
Thank you, attorney.
You're welcome. So at this point, I don't need to send in an email to the court.
If that's all the ones, but I do have a Sandra Brown in my files, a Syed Bilal, and I think Alan Blair is here. So I do have a Syed, and then the Brown, Sandra Brown. What are we doing with those two?
With Saeed Bilal, those tickets are being dismissed. Sandra Brown, she's pleading to a FTD and the remaining charges are going to be dismissed.
She's here?
She on the screen.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Ms. Brown. Okay, I'm gonna do Legine Brantley and then Sandra Brown. The Saeed has left, but I think we can still do his dismissal. I don't have a problem with doing it. All right, now calling, is it Legine?
Legina.
Legina, thank you. Thank you, one moment. Let me- Now calling Regina Dorian Brantley, ticket number SP 122-62481, one count of improper plates, ticket number P 120-8212, one count of driver's license never acquired, ticket number P 122-6248, count 1, driver while license suspended, count 2, no insurance misdemeanor, count 2, driver unregistered untitled vehicle, and ticket number SP 112-97341, one count of drug while license not valid or improper license. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Yes, Alan Soroki, P37441, appearing on behalf of the defendant. What's your name for the record, ma'am?
Legina Dorian Brantley.
Your Honor, defendant wishes to accept the offer of the prosecution. She'll be pleading to a failure to display on the driver license never acquired. And then she showed me a registration, and the prosecutor initially said she would plead to improper plates on that, but I think no registration would cover that matter. Then for a dismissal, then no registration, driver license suspended, tickets will also be dismissed. So plead to 1, dismiss 3.
Okay, so I have the plea to, she's gonna plead to ticket number 8212 for failure to display. And then you check the registration on what vehicle, Miss Brantley?
It's a Chevy Trailblazer. It's the same vehicle I've owned for 3 years.
Same vehicle, 2006?
Yeah.
Okay, so I will dismiss that one. And then you said something about dismissing 3.
Dismissing no registration and driver license suspended.
No insurance and driver licenses? Okay. And then what are we doing with ticket number ending in 7341, the other driving while license suspended?
That's being dismissed.
As well?
Yes.
Okay. And I just want you to know for the record that her ticket number ending in 2481 was an improper plate that she already pled to, and she still owes $348. It went into warrant status, I believe, and so now she's back here on a pretrial on that matter, but it's already been pled to.
Okay.
Got it? So that
Yes.
won't be, that's not gonna be dismissed. It needs
Okay,
to be
thank
paid.
you.
All right. Okay, Ms. Brantley, you had an opportunity to talk to Attorney Soroki and he advised you of your rights?
Yes.
And did you understand your right?
Yes.
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for your guilty plea today?
No, ma'am.
Are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes.
Are you pleading guilty because you actually are guilty?
Yes.
Raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give today will be the truth and the entire truth?
Yes, ma'am.
You can put your hand down, turning your attention to June 3rd, 2021. Were you driving a 2006 Gold Chevy?
I wasn't, but I knew who was. They didn't have a license.
Why is she not pleading to allow?
Excuse me, I don't know, the ticket here says driver's license driving license never acquired.
So you weren't driving on that day, ma'am, on June 3rd?
No, my best friend Brianna was. I was out of town. She had my truck while I was out of town. She called me right after she got the ticket. And they
I
told
just want
her.
to be clear that, because you have a few, I just want to be clear before I make you go, before I set this for trial. Was this on Joy Road in Southfield?
Yes, yeah.
This was your best friend who was driving?
Yes, ma'am. Because she called me and said she wanted why my plate was proper because my birthday was December 16th. And they said I had an improper plate in June. So I didn't understand.
You know what I'm gonna do? What about on July 17th, 2021? Were you driving on that day?
Yes, I was.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is dismiss the one where your friend was driving. I'm gonna have you plead to the one where you were actually driving.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because I can't make a factual basis on the one where your friend was driving, so I'll dismiss that. So now I'm gonna turn your attention to July 17th, 2021. Were you driving a 2016 Chevy?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you driving in the area of Moraine and Kelly Road in the city of Detroit?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you stopped by the Detroit Police Department on that day?
Yes, ma'am.
And when asked to produce a valid driver's license, were you able to do so?
No, ma'am.
Satisfied, Counselor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Stipulates probable cause on the dismissal?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court is also satisfied and will enter a guilty plea of the amended charge of failure to display on ticket number ending in 6241, count 1. Counts 2 and 3 will be dismissed. All other matters will be dismissed without prejudice as well. Counts 2 and 3 will be dismissed without prejudice. All other matters will be dismissed without prejudice as well. Ms. Brantley, for the failure to display, I'm gonna assess a fee of $220. Can you pay that within the next?
Yes, ma'am. I heard you speak about a ticket that was already in warrant status. I didn't get the amount on that ticket. I didn't hear what the number.
$348. Did we say about a warrant status? It's not a warrant status anymore.
Okay.
But it's $348 that you owe on that. And you know what? Give me 1 second because I forgot about those. I'm glad you mentioned it.
And I also am supposed to be back in front of you June 5th, and I wanted to make sure these weren't concurrent tickets, like overlapping issues.
I wish you had said something before we took these pleas.
I said your crack when I first logged on.
Oh, so we put everything that was for June 5th is being heard today. So this is everything.
Okay.
Everything that's in my courtroom. I don't know what you have in other courts and other courtrooms, but that's everything from my courtroom.
Yeah, no, it was for you June 5th.
Okay. So instead of the $220 fee on this one, I'm gonna assess a fee of $190 because you still have the remaining balance of $348. So the total is gonna be $538.
Okay.
Would you like to enter into a payment agreement?
Yes.
Okay, so I need you to come down within the next 14 days to enter into a payment agreement. You have until May 4th, 2023. You have to do that in person.
Okay.
Once you do that, you don't have to appear back before me, but if you do not pay those as part of your payment agreement, it will go back into like a warrant status.
Okay.
Okay, so come down by May 4th. If you don't come down by May 4th again, it'll go back into warrant.
Yes, ma'am.
So I have to set it for review.
And that was fine.
The total is 538. The one for today is 190, and the remaining balance that you already have was 348.
Okay. Thank you so much, Your Honor.
You are welcome. Have a good day.
You too. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you.
four, I'm sorry.
Now calling the people versus Sandra Yvonne Brown, ticket number P 1415388, count one, driving while license suspended. Ticket number P 1412700, count one, expired plates, count two, no receipt of or unsigned registration. Count three, no proof of insurance. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Alan Sroki, P 37441, appearing on behalf of the defendant. What's your name for the record, please?
You have to unmute, ma'am.
Hello?
Ms. Brown, turn the mute off and state your name for the record.
Sandra Brown.
Yes, Your Honor. Defendant wishes to accept the offer of the prosecution in this matter. She'll be accepting, and she'll be pleading to failure to display on the driver's license suspended, and the remaining 3 counts will be dismissed.
That's a good offer, Ms. Brown. Is that what your understanding is?
Yes, ma'am.
You had an opportunity to talk to Attorney Soroki in the breakout room. He advised you of your rights.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for your guilty plea today?
No, ma'am.
Are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes.
Are you pleading guilty because you actually are guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give today will be the truth and the entire truth?
Yes, ma'am.
You put your hand down, turning your attention to December 22nd, 2022. Were you driving in the area of Dickerson and Canfield in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And were you stopped by the Detroit Police Department on that day, ma'am?
Yes.
When asked to produce a valid driver's license, were you able to do so?
No, ma'am.
Satisfied, Counselor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court is also satisfied to stipulate the probable cause on the dismissal.
Yes, Your Honor.
And the court is going to enter a guilty plea for the amended charge of failure to display on ticket number ending in 5388, dismissing all counts on ticket number ending in 2700. Ms. Brown, the fee for failure to, are you working now?
No, I don't.
Are you able to do community service in lieu of the fines and fees, or would you like to pay the $220 instead?
I'm gonna pay the $220.
And so I'm gonna give you need at least 30 days to pay?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna give you until May 8th, 2023 to pay the $220. If you're unable to make that payment by then, please appear on this Zoom, May 18th. I'm gonna give you until May 18th to make that payment. If you're unable to do so, I need you to appear back here on this Zoom at 8:30 that morning, okay, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
You are free to go.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.
Oh, damn. First name Ashley.
I'm still in.
Everything's okay.
Look.
So I'm not sure what they said they need to clearance for.
Ms. Brown, you're free to go. Log out.
I'm trying to. I don't even know how.
I'll do it.
One coming from side.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good one. All right. Rashad Bales, is that how you pronounce the last name? Or is
Yes,
it
ma'am.
Bailey?
This is Bales.
Thank you.
What that means, ma'am, you gotta pay that ticket.
Let me.
You gotta pay it.
you.
You haven't paid anything yet. Yeah, you gotta pay it. You gotta pay it first.
Now
Yeah, 'cause
calling the
it's
people
$45
versus
refund
Rashad
that you gotta
Khalil
pay.
Bale, ticket number
Suspend-
SP
you gotta pay
1411058. Count one, driver's license revoked, suspended or revoked. Count two, unregistered untitled vehicle, ticket number SP 1411053. Count three, no insurance misdemeanor. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Yes, Alan Sroki, P 37441, appearing on behalf of the defendant. What's your name for record, sir?
Rashad Bales.
Yes. Your Honor, defendant wishes to accept the offer of prosecution. You'll be pleading to a failure to display as a reduced charge from driving a driver's license suspended, reduced or repeat offender. The remaining 2 tickets will be dismissed.
Okay, it looks like your client still owes quite a few fees for some tickets that are in default.
I need so much help.
Okay, tell me what the offer is again, so that I can try to make sure that we can.
Failure to
What's the-
display and the other 2 tickets will be dismissed.
He has stuff in warrant status too.
Yeah, really. I'm trying to get it
Hold on
on.
one second,
on
Mr.
court
Soroki.
date.
He also has some in warrant status. Give me one more.
Thank you. Yeah, I need some help. That's what I'm saying. Can't even work.
Miss, can you put your phone on mute for us, sir? Because we can hear everything that you're saying, and you're live on YouTube, okay? You are in court.
Who, me? Oh, my bad. I'm
Yes, you
sorry.
do. Thank you. Attorney Sorokin, we just looking up his stuff because he has like quite a few, okay? So give us a moment.
We're gonna reschedule this.
Yeah, we don't have to.
We're gonna end up rescheduling it though.
Yeah, it's so many.
Hold on one second. I don't even have my username. One day that I wanna.
Warrant status and 25 other pending
All right,
cases.
here is what we're going to do with Mr. Bales, because he's in an effort to give you a universal offer, a global offer is the name that they use. We're gonna have to put these all on the same date. So I'm gonna set aside the 13 warrants that you have, and then 25 cases that are pending currently. I don't think that they have dates yet.
They do. They have dates.
They have dates. What's the latest date?
It's gonna be our date, which is no, the latest one is June 21st, but I was gonna do 5/18 because we don't have a lot of space.
Do you want to come back on May 18th, Mr. Bales?
Yes, ma'am. As long as they have everything for that court day, because I said it
But
last
not the
court
civil
day.
infractions, not your civil infractions. It's gonna be all your misdemeanors.
It's gonna be your misdemeanors.
Misdemeanors.
Will you set aside the civil infractions? Yeah.
No.
I'm unable to set aside any of the civil infractions. I was gonna try, but there's not any
One
that
of
I
them-
can do.
one of them
One of them will set aside. So
Oh,
that
look.
all of those things can be combined into one, being a global offer to where they can eliminate some of these. You'll be able to dismiss a lot of these when you plead to a few. It's still gonna be costly.
Okay. I just, long as this coming down a little bit so I can try to, pay it, because I missed my license, you know what I'm saying? I'm just really trying to get it back. I don't know. I don't even know
Driving
how
without them though, you still can't just drive just because you don't have them, okay?
Yeah, I've been sitting in the passenger seat now.
I'm going to continue. I'm gonna continue a $0 personal bond, but your condition of your bond is for you not to get any more tickets. You are not to be driving without a driver's license. So we're gonna set this matter for May 18th at 8:30 a.m.
Okay. Just bring some money, right? Just bring a couple dollars.
Well, you're gonna be on Zoom, so I'll give you like 2 weeks to a month to make the payments or to enter into a payment agreement. So you won't have
Okay.
to necessarily have the dollars with you on that day, because it's gonna be on Zoom, but it will behoove you to start saving your little coins though, because you're
I
gonna
know
have to pay.
I got it saved up. I just want to be able to go to work because all this keep happening because I be in the mood of going to work and have like a steady flow, and then I lose the job because I'm driving to work. So I'm trying to have somebody help me carpool to work, but somebody said
You know what else I want you to do in the meantime is take a driver responsibility class. Contact the Secretary of State, go on the Secretary of State's website. Can you make a note of this file? Because here's the thing about, if you don't, and I'm not saying that you don't know how to drive, but you need to really listen and learn how to be a responsible driver, right? And so, because if you don't get a hold of how you're driving and the way that you're driving, you're gonna continue to have this spiral occur. It's gonna be a domino effect. Every time you get a ticket, it's gonna lead to another ticket.
Yeah.
And you're never gonna be able to dig yourself out of the hole. So take the driver responsibility course by May 18th and bring proof.
Okay. Driver's responsibility. Okay. And then my problem is too is the insurance. Like nobody want to help me with the cosign for the insurance. So they telling me it's $800-900.
No, I wouldn't either. I wouldn't put no insurance in my name if I was your mother or father or whoever either, because it's gonna cost them a ton of money to add you. You are a liability, sir.
I'm hip. No, I tried to get it before I had all of this. You know what I'm saying? Of course they're going to take it now. You know what I'm saying? I got to get it together first. I'm already here.
I understand. We're gonna try to help you. You're gonna help yourself, but we're done with you because I gotta call some more cases, and we'll see you on May.
You busy and working. May 18th for what time in the morning?
8:30. You got that?
You have a blessed one too.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now calling the people versus Alan Mitchell Blair, ticket number SP 1198933, count 1, unregistered untitled vehicle, count 1 second.
Alan Sroki, P37441.
One second, Mr. Soroki. Okay. One moment, there's a count.
He planned to do 2 counts and 1 count was to probably close out. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was informed about this earlier, so I'm gonna recall or actually call it all into the record of Alan Mitchell Blair, ticket number SP 1198933, count 1, unregistered untitled vehicle, count 3, improper plates. Please state your appearance for the record.
Alan Soroki, P37441, appear on behalf of the defendant. What's your name for the record, sir?
Alan Mitchell Blair.
Yes, Your Honor, defendant owes money on his tickets.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Soroki.
Yes, Your Honor, defendant owes money on these tickets. That's the tickets are both have both been pled to.
Mr. Blair, you owe $696. Is there a reason you haven't paid that, or at least made some significant reasonable amount of payments towards it?
Okay, when I both went to court in August, at that time I had no job, so I was struggling, and I think I paid $30.
That was in 2021.
No, I'm talking about I went to court.
Over 600 days. Don't talk when I'm talking, but you've had over 600 days to pay. If you paid $1 a day in the last 2 years, this would be paid.
I didn't know, I didn't know about the tickets until last year.
Okay.
I
so I'm
know
going
about the court date but only reason why I ain't paid by then, I paid $30 on it in August when I sent you in August. And I couldn't pay because I had to find me a job. I wasn't working. So
are you working now?
Yes.
Are you working now?
That's why. Yes, that's why when you told me last time I had to pay $300 and something. I couldn't
It
pay that.
wasn't me the last time, so I'm not quite sure what happened the last time, but what I'm going to do today is have you to come to the 36th District Court by May 4th, 2023, to enter into a payment arrangement. Either you can pay it in full on that day, or you can enter into a payment agreement at the 36th District Court. If you do not enter into a payment agreement by May 4th, then you need to appear back here on this Zoom at 8:30 that morning, sir.
Right.
You are free to go.